In today's video, we're going to continue the conversation about camera settings by talking about aperture. Hi, and welcome to the Photo Boomer channel. My name is Howard, and we'll be discussing all things photography to help you take your images to the next level. Let's get started. To continue the discussion on camera settings, I'd like to talk about aperture, also known as f-stop. The lens of a camera has mechanical leaves inside that open and close in a similar manner to the iris of the human eye. These f-stops start with small numbers, representing a wide open aperture, and move up to large numbers, representing a smaller aperture opening. Here's a lens that starts at f2.8 and goes up to f32. To put this in context, f1.0 means the lens aperture is fully open, and f22 means the lens opening is smaller than a pencil, blocking a lot of light from coming into the camera. Remember, small f-stop equals big lens opening. Large f-stop equals small lens opening. Two essential things to know about aperture settings are, first, the amount of light entering the lens, and second, the depth of field, which is how much of the image is in focus from the front of the image to the back. Something else worth noting is that high f-stops, which means small lens opening, produces images with a star pattern around bright lights. This is a pretty cool visual effect. With the depth of field I mentioned earlier, a low f-stop or wide lens opening creates a shallow depth of field. This means that only the thing focused on is in sharp focus. Here's a model shot at f1.4. Again, that's a pretty wide open lens aperture. The plane of her face is in sharp focus, but everything else is out of focus. If you want a sharp focus from foreground to the background of your image, you want to use a higher f-stop like f8 all the way up to f22. Here's an example of a sharp image from foreground to background using f16. Lastly, to get that cool star pattern that I mentioned around bright lights, you'd use a high f-stop like f16 to f22. Take a look at this long exposure I took at f16 and notice the star pattern around the street lamps. In my next video, I'll discuss the ISO setting, which is all about camera sensitivity to light. If you'd like my free download of long exposure tips, click on the link in the description. If you found this information helpful, please hit the like button. I'd also love any comments on what challenges you have with your photography so I can cover them in a future video. Oh, and remember to hit the subscribe link to get notified each time a new video is posted. I hope you'll join me in our next episode. Bye for now.